Hello everyone, my name is Shyam Manavat and I welcome all of you to the series of geometry. In this lecture, we are going to discuss basic terms of geometry like lines, angles, points, rays, etc. So let's get started. Here, point, all of we understand, dot, point, that's what point is. I am not going to go into the mathematic definition of each of these terms. I just wanted to make you aware because in exam you are not going to be asked what is the definition of point or line, mathematic definition of point or line, although you should be aware about these terms. So I will discuss these terms in a layman term. Okay, for all of us to understand what are these terms about. When you have point, what does it mean? When you have line, how line is different from line segment. All right. So line, when you join the points and it looks like this without any turn, any curve, that's line. It can be expanded from both sides. If you take a segment of it, let's say point A and B, segment means part, a segment of it, then this will be called what? Line segment. So what is AB? AB is not line. AB is what? Line segment. I mean AB is line also, but AB को define हम लोग line segment से भी कर सकते हैं. For line we don't need A and B. Yeah. For line we can just call it L. This line is L, L1. This is your line. Yeah. You don't need point A and B to define the line. All right. Yeah. So जब line segment बोले, segment का मतलब क्या? Part. What is the meaning of segment? Part. Okay. So line segment. Okay, that's here you have AB, that's line segment. All right, we covered line segment. Then what next term? Ray. Ray means here you can see in line you can extend line from both sides. Line segment, which is defined with 2 points. You need to have 2 points for that, which can be extended at both sides. But here the line segment A and B stop here. Yeah, line can be extended at both sides. Ray, in other hand, ray is it starts from one point and it can only be extended towards one side. Yeah, like arrow ray. Like you have sun ray, so start from sun and then it comes to, I mean it's spread all over, right? So ray, you have a starting point. Yeah, that's ray. Now intersecting line. Now if we talk about lines, plural. So intersecting line, what is this term intersecting line? Intersecting line means you got to have two lines, right? At least two lines. When they pass through a common point, they are called intersecting line. It can be two or more. Yeah. And I hope you understand that two lines can intersect only at one point. Two lines can intersect at only one point. Keep this in mind. Don't forget. Yeah, you have this, let's say line 1. So you can't have line 2 like this. Are you getting it? Yeah, so line 2 has to be a straight line. It has to be straight, in a straight path. So it can only intersect at one point, or two lines can only intersect at one point. Keep in mind. You can also call them concurrent lines. Concurrent lines intersect at the same point or at one point. Yeah. So you have a point which is common. So intersecting lines or concurrent line, don't get confused. It is one of the same thing. Intersecting lines or concurrent lines, they are one of the same thing. Okay. So remember these terms. That's very important. We are not going to solve any question in this particular video. We are going to solve the question in the next video, but you need to be aware about these terms. So today's lecture is only about understanding the terms of geometry. Parallel lines. What are parallel lines? Parallel lines. They never intersect. like रेल की पटरी, रेलवे ट्रैक, या पैरेलल, दे नेवर इंटरसेक्ट. हाँ, ये ठीक से ड्रॉ नहीं किया मैंने, बट आई होप आप लोग भावनाओं को समझ पा रहे होंगे. या पैरेलल लाइंस like this. Perpendicular distance between these two lines, if they are parallel, they will never intersect, and perpendicular distance anywhere between these two lines, they all will be same. They all will be same. Yeah, perpendicular distance, they all will be same. Okay, L1 and L2. L1, L2. Yeah, parallel lines. What else you can say about parallel lines? I hope you are using pen and paper when you are watching this video, when you're watching my lectures. I keep saying this in all the lectures. Please have pen and paper when you're watching these lectures. If you see these lines compared to any third line, which is an intersecting line, so here the angle formed will also be same. So parallel lines, they have same inclination, same inclination with respect to the third line, which is intersecting, or this is also called transversal line. We'll discuss about transversal later, but I hope this is fine with you. Yeah. So what are the properties of parallel lines? They never intersect. Perpendicular distance between these two lines, same at any point. If you take perpendicular distance, then they make same angle when it is compared with the third line, which is passing through them. Yeah. Or you can say they have same angle, same inclination. Yeah. Inclined value, inclination, angle, same. These are the properties of parallel lines. Coincident line. Coincident. What a coincident. Coincident lines. Coincident lines matlab when you got lines which are overlapping. मतलब एक के ऊपर एक लाइन है, बेसिक वो सेम ही लाइन है, और एक के ऊपर एक क्या होता है, सेम ही लाइन है. बट इफ यू गेट टू सी दिस काइंड ऑफ condition, yeah, that's coincident. What a coincident. One over the other. Yeah. How do you identify? For that you need to go through the linear equation chapter. Okay, there also I have discussed coincident lines and how do you identify with the equation of line whether they are coincident or not. Please go through this linear equation chapter, this chapter. Yeah, here we have discussed. Well, coming back to geometry, next term is, okay, ray we have discussed. So now with ray, here if you have two rays which are starting from same point, let's say here point P, so you got, let's say PA one ray and PB another ray. Yeah. Now if you got two rays starting from the same point, then they form what? Angle. They form what? Angle. So angle के लिए क्या चाहिए? Two rays. Yeah. Starting from same point. So angle क्या होता है? समझ में आया? When you have two rays starting from one point, common point, जो आपको फिगर मिलता है, जो कंडीशन मिलती है, that's what? Angle. ऐसा थीटा से रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं हम लोग, राइट? देन यू हैव एक्यूट एंगल. एक्यूट एंगल मतलब क्विकली रिवाइज करो. आई एम श्योर दिस मस्ट बी अ काइंड ऑफ अ रिविजन फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू, मोर देन अ न्यू कॉन्सेप्ट. ये सब रिविजन ही होगा, ये सब सुना होगा हम लोगों ने, बट हम लोग एक रिचुअल होता है ना कि हम लोग वी हैव टू गो थ्रू ABCD बिफोर वी स्टार्ट लर्निंग स्पेलिंग्स, राइट? तो एक हम लोग गो थ्रू कर रहे हैं कि ये टर्म्स आनी चाहिए. एक्यूट एंगल विच इज लेस देन 90 डिग्री. ओके, तो 90 डिग्री होता क्या है? 90 डिग्री इज व्हेन यू गेट परपेंडिकुलर, और वी कैन ऑल्सो टॉक अबाउट परपेंडिकुलर लाइंस. परपेंडिकुलर मतलब ऐसा एक हॉरिजॉन्टल एक वर्टिकल ये जो बनता है ऐसा एंगल, दिस इज योर 90 डिग्री. Yeah, the perpendicular. So that's perpendicular lines if two lines are intersecting at 90 degree. And right angle, in case of angle, if two rays are forming 90 degree, then this is a right angle. Yeah. So right angle क्या होता है? Form 90 degree. Acute angle क्या होता है? Form less than 90 degree. Okay. अच्छा, अभी ऑब्ट्यूज एंगल क्या होता है? लेट्स सी ऑब्ट्यूज एंगल को देखते हैं. ऑब्ट्यूज एंगल क्या होता है? व्हेन टू रेज आर फॉर्मिंग एन एंगल विच इज मोर देन 90 डिग्री. ये हो गया आपका मोर देन 90 डिग्री. दैट इज मोर देन 90 डिग्री. दैट इज ऑब्ट्यूज एंगल. चलेगा? acute angle, right angle, obtuse angle, all good? Okay. Then straight angle. Straight angle मतलब as name says, straight angle. Straight line बना दो. Yeah, so you got two rays, straight angle this way. ये एंगल बनाता है 180 डिग्री. Straight angle is what? 180 degree. Okay. Keep writing. Keep making notes. That's very important. Keep making notes. Keep making notes. Handwritten notes, your own handwritten notes. A reflex angle. Reflex angle क्या होता है? When you have angle formed by two rays that's more than 180 degree, that's called reflex angle. आपको क्या करना है? आपको मुझे कमेंट बॉक्स में लिख के बताना है कि आपको इनमें से कितने टर्म्स ऑलरेडी पता थे. मैक्सिमम ऑफ देम यू मस्ट बी अवेयर अबाउट. या सो write in the comment box and tell me that how many of these terms you were already aware about. And you can also write what is new to you in this video, in this lecture. Okay, now next is pair of angles. So angles we understood. Now let's understand pair of angles. Pair of angles, you have complementary angle. Complementary angle first. Complementary angle क्या होता है? When you got two angles, आपके पास दो एंगल है, let's say x and y. Okay, and when you get x plus y equal to 90 degree, this is complementary angle. Okay, so complementary angle when sum is 90 degree. All right, chalo. Supplementary angle when you got two angles with sum is what? Come on, anyone who knows? Anyone who's ever about it? Yes, when sum of angle is equal to 180 degree, that's supplementary angle. Okay, vertically opposite angle, very important. We are going to use it many times in solving questions. So understand vertically opposite angle. Vertically opposite angles are formed by two intersecting lines, right? Two intersecting lines, concurrent lines. Here ये हो गया आपका vertex, yeah, where they intersect. और ये हो गया opposite, vertically opposite. Okay, so these two angles will be equal, and here these two angles will be equal. Yeah, vertically opposite angle. Do you want to name them? Okay, चलो नाम लिखते हैं. 1 2 3 4. So angle 1 equal to angle 3 and angle 2 equal to angle 4. Vertically opposite angle. Okay. They are equal. Yes, they are equal. Linear pair, that's also interesting. We are going to use linear pair. I will say that, okay, these angles are linear pair. So sum of all these angles are equal to, the sum of all these angles is equal to 180 degree. Sum of all these angles is equal to 180 degree. So here you have a straight line and a point from where you have other rays. Okay. So here, say 1, 2, 3, or it can be more than that, or it can be only two angles also. But if it is on, if they are on the same line, then we can say the sum of angles equal to 180 degree. Yeah, a linear pair. I hope you understand that. Angle bisector. Well, that's easy. Angle bisector. As the name says, angle का bisector. Bi मतलब दो, sector मतलब division. So here angle bisector. Angle and you got bisector. इसके exactly बीच में से निकालते हैं. Angle bisector. So here angle bisector. So it divides the angle into two equal parts. Yeah. So if this is theta, this total angle is theta. Here this will have, this is theta by 2 and this is also theta by 2. Okay. Angle bisector. Right? Okay. Fine. So these are the basic terms we should be aware about before starting geometry. Lines and angles. We'll have terms of circles also, quadrilateral also coming soon. In coming videos, we'll talk about that. So this is it in today's video. Let's see what we are going to discuss in the next lecture. All right, we have some questions which we are going to discuss in the next lecture. So stay tuned. I'll see you there. Bye-bye.